Do you think Elon Musk is a genius? If you ask the internet, you will likely get a resounding yes, with a side of memes and rocket emojis. Musk is often seen as a modern-day Tony Stark, the billionaire tech mogul who was always one tweet away from launching something into space. But behind the spectacle, there's a strategic mind that knows how to make the most of economic phenomena like inflation. It is not just rocket science, it's financial wizardry. And while we might not all be sending Teslas into orbit, there's a lot we can learn from the wealthy elite about making money work for us, especially in times when inflation is on the rise. Welcome to Financial Literacy. Here, we are dedicated and passionate about bringing you nothing but honest and straightforward facts about your money. We will help you take control of your finances and get you to the next level. Beginners or experienced, this is your one-stop shop for all things financial literacy. Inflation might sound like one of those dry economic terms best left to stuffy boardrooms and textbooks, but it is something we all experience. Remember that time your favorite coffee shop raised its prices? Or you noticed the grocery bill creeping up each week? That's inflation at work, quietly nibbling away at your purchasing power. While this might sound like bad news for our wallets, there's a silver lining. The rich and savvy among us have turned inflation into an opportunity to grow their wealth. And with a bit of knowledge, we can all start thinking a bit more like Elon. So, what's the secret sauce that the wealthy are using to navigate inflation and come out on top? It's not just luck or an exclusive club membership. They leverage strategies like debt, real assets, and diversification to keep their financial engines running smoothly. It's a bit like playing chess with the economy, anticipating moves, seizing opportunities, and sometimes even changing the rules of the game. Curious to know more? Stick around, and we will explore how the rich turn inflation into their financial playground. You might just find yourself inspired to make your own strategic moves, no matter how many zeros are in your bank account. Inflation is like that pesky friend who crashes the party and eats all your snacks. It is the steady rise in prices that slowly erodes the purchasing power of your hard-earned cash. Imagine heading to the store with $150 and finding that you can only buy what you could have gotten for $85 back in the year 2000. That's right. Thanks to an average inflation rate of 2.52% per year since the turn of the millennium, the US dollar has taken a significant hit. Over time, this has resulted in a whopping 77.54% cumulative price increase, meaning your wallet has to stretch even further to buy the same old groceries. Inflation might sound like a mathematical monster, but understanding it is the first step in learning how to tame it. But here's where it gets interesting. Inflation doesn't treat everyone equally. For low-income earners, inflation is a real challenge. As prices rise, their purchasing power dwindles, and they often find themselves struggling to keep up, especially as rising interest rates make borrowing more expensive. On the flip side, the wealthy seem to have cracked the inflation code, with the top 1% of households enjoying an average wealth increase of over 6% per year. They're not just surviving inflation, they're thriving. How, you ask? Well, they cleverly invest in assets that tend to appreciate in value during inflationary periods, like real estate and stocks. So while inflation might be a sneaky thief in the night for some, or for the rich, it is more like a golden goose laying opportunities at their feet. Now, wouldn't it be nice if we could all get in on that action? Here's how. Number 1. Leveraging debt might sound like a risky gamble. But in the world of wealth building, it's a bit like borrowing your friend's jetpack to get to the finish line faster. Imagine borrowing money at a fixed interest rate, and as inflation chugs along, the real value of that debt shrinks, like magic. That's precisely the genius behind leveraging debt, a tactic embraced by financial wizards like Warren Buffett and Elon Musk. By using other people's money to fund their ventures, these titans have managed to amplify their returns and build empires that make monopoly look like child's play. It is not about recklessly piling up IOUs. It's about strategically using debt to turbocharge investments, especially when inflation is eroding the debt's real value over time. Just think of it as a savvy game of chess where the rich always seem to be a few moves ahead. Next up, we have number 2. Let us talk about investing in real assets. Because Because who doesn't love the idea of having tangible treasures that appreciate over time? Real assets like real estate, commodities, and infrastructure are the bread and butter of the wealthy, offering both security and growth. Picture this. As inflation nudges prices upwards, your real estate investment quietly gains value, riding the wave of rising labor, land, and material costs. It's like owning a golden goose that lays bigger eggs every year. Meanwhile, commodities such as precious metals and natural resources offer intrinsic value and serve as a hedge against inflation. They are the real-life treasure chests that can weather economic storms and keep your wealth intact. So while inflation might try to eat away at your savings, real assets are there to fight back with gusto. Number 3. The real magic trick lies in diversification. This is a strategy that's as old as the hills but just as effective as ever. Think of it as creating a financial fruit salad, mixing different asset types like equities, debt, gold, and real estate to reduce risk and enhance your wealth's resilience. In this game of wealth building, the rich know that putting all their eggs in one basket is a recipe for disaster. By spreading their investments across a variety of assets, they safeguard their portfolios against inflationary impacts and economic uncertainties. It is the financial equivalent of wearing both a belt and suspenders, because when inflation plays its tricks, you want to be prepared for anything. This way, while inflation might throw a curveball or two, a diversified portfolio can catch it and keep the game going strong. Number 4. Capitalizing on rising interest rates is another clever trick up the wealthy sleeve. Interest rates are like the weather of the financial world, constantly changing and affecting everything in their path. By understanding the ebb and flow of interest rates, savvy investors can make the most of the situation. When interest rates rise, the rich often swoop in with bonds and fixed income investments, floating rate bond coupons, and real estate investment trusts or REITs. These tools allow them to capitalize on higher returns and navigate the financial landscape with confidence. It is like surfing on financial waves, catching the perfect one and riding it to shore with a big grin. Number 5. Creating and capitalizing on business opportunities during inflation can be a goldmine for those with an entrepreneurial spirit. Inflation often leads to shifts in consumer behavior and market dynamics, creating new gaps and opportunities. Sectors like commodities, real estate, energy, finance, and healthcare become ripe for exploration. Wealthy entrepreneurs are like treasure hunters, identifying market gaps, analyzing emerging trends, and developing innovative solutions to capitalize on these opportunities. By adapting to changing economic conditions, they not only generate wealth, but also build economic resilience. It is like playing a game of hide and seek, where the treasure is yours if you know where to look. Number 6. Finally, investing in income-generating assets is the cherry on top for wealth building during inflation. These assets include dividend-paying stocks, bonds with regular interest payments, real estate properties, and REITs. They're the financial gifts that keep on giving, providing regular cash flow and preserving purchasing power. Think of them as a reliable paycheck that arrives like clockwork, even when the economic seas are rough. Income-generating assets offer financial stability and resilience, helping investors weather inflationary storms with ease. It's like having a trusty umbrella that keeps you dry in a downpour, ensuring your wealth remains secure and your financial future bright. And there you have it, 6 clever ways the wealthy stay ahead of the inflation game. Whether it's leveraging debt or investing in real assets, these strategies can keep your financial future bright. But hey, if you think Elon Musk is a genius for using these tactics, let us know in the comments with a rocket emoji. Or if you think he just has a great financial planner, tell us that too. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more fun financial tips. Until next time, happy wealth building!